Yo, what's up guys, it's your boy Bombgardener here, and I am back with another video, of course. Today, I've had a few people reach out to me and ask me, hey, do you have any tips on how to get my parents to let me get my first bike? I really want to start riding, whether it be dirt bike, street bike, whatever age you are. How can I convince my parents and show them that, I'm going to be responsible enough to have a motorcycle? Now guys, this is a super tough question because everybody's parents come from a different background. They've had a different raising and they've seen different things growing up. For example, say your dad grew up riding dirt bikes, riding motorcycles. He has a motorcycle now. It's going to be a lot easier to convince him to get a bike than it is going to be somebody's parents that have never experienced a motorcycle except for all those mean motorcycle biker gang people passing them and yada 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 on those big Harley Davidsons. Oh gosh. I think something that's very important before you even try to start convincing parents to get a motorcycle is, do you feel that you are ready for a motorcycle? And I know it's really hard to take a step back and look at yourself and say, hey, am I making mature decisions, or am I going to go out and get an R1 and instantly loop it or something like that? Like, for example, if I got a bike back whenever I wanted a bike, because I've wanted a bike since I was like 16, 17, around there. If I would have got a bike back then, I probably more than likely would be dead by now. And it just comes down to maturing. Obviously back then I couldn't realize that I wasn't ready for it. At that time I thought I was ready for a bike. I could handle anything. Looking back now though, I know that that's not the case. Now usually the word mature and me, we never go together. However, there are some instances where I can say I have matured. So it's something that you need to take a step back, look at yourself, say, am I really ready for this? Am I really making right decisions? Am I really mature enough for a machine that's capable of doing the things that it's capable of doing? Now that we got all that out of the way, let's talk about some other things that you could do to try to maybe help persuade or show some facts to your parents that, might take them off edge a little bit and show them that motorcycles really aren't the thing that you see in the movies. Or not even the movies, but in the news you're always hearing bad stuff about motorcycles. It's not like that. You know what? Put your parents on the video right now and I swear we throwing down. We throwing hands. I'm just kidding. If you're a parent watching this, I love you so much and thank you for letting them watch my videos. But just try to explain to them, let them know, like, hey, motorcycles, given the circumstances, two wheels, you're not enclosed in anything, but they're relatively safe. And what I mean is, whenever you're on a bike, it wants to go straight. It wants to stay up. It doesn't want to fall over. And I think that's something that a lot of people don't understand. That I think they think that we're constantly balancing whenever we're going, 50 miles an hour. No, we're not at all. It's very easy to, you can walk a flock of this thing. Look at this. And you can do it with no hands. Like, it's not hard. These bikes don't want to fall over. And whenever you're cornering and leaning, they still don't want to fall over. You're forcing them to lean, but that counter forces is they're pushing them up. So I feel like if parents understand a little bit, hey, it's not as bad as it looks. It's not insanely hard to ride. Sure, there are some techniques that you do need to learn. There are some different things you can do on the bike that you need to learn that could help save your life one day. But other than that, they're really not that dangerous. The biggest concern you have on a motorcycle is all these other people. That's really it. People like to pull out in front of people. People don't look before they turn. So it's up to you to be visualizing, watching everything, and making sure that you're looking out for threats so that you don't hit another car or another car hits you. As you guys probably see, the time has changed a little bit. I met up with some buddies. I had to record another video with them. You're probably, I don't know, you'll see that one before this one or this one for that one. I don't know. I got to figure out what I want to upload first. But the next thing I would like to mention is I was not allowed to have a street bike until this year, and I'm 24 years old now. So sometimes you're just not going to be able to convince your parents. Some parents out there, they've had family members, they've had close friends that have unfortunately passed away on a motorcycle, and they're just, they don't want to see their own child go through that, and they don't want to go through that as parents. So if you're in a situation like that, you got to kind of understand that they just don't want to see you get hurt. It's not that they're, they don't want you to have fun or anything like that, but if you go through something traumatic like that and it's related to a motorcycle, and then your own kid, your son, your daughter wants to buy a motorcycle, all they're going to think about is that, and going to that funeral and So you can't be too hard on them if that's why they're not wanting to let you get one. And if that's the situation, it might be something that you just have to wait until you're 18 or on your own, or can get your own bike, because it probably aren't going to come off of that. And I'll tell you the reason I wasn't able to get a bike until now. Whenever I was younger, I did ride dirt bikes. I've mentioned that. I rode them hard. I did stupid stuff. And that's how I know that if I would have gotten a street bike back in that time, I probably would be dead. I think like the first week or month that I had my dirt bike, crashed it, tore some tendons in my foot, whatever. Anyways, my mom ended up going out behind my back and selling the dirt bike that she bought me, which I'm not upset about it. It's probably a good idea. I was doing some really reckless stuff on it, and it could have potentially saved my life. We'll never know. But you gotta kind of know if you're ready for it or not. And I don't know how to explain how to know if you are ready for it, because in your head you're gonna say I'm ready for it, but I just want you to think about it. Think about everything that can go wrong on a motorcycle, and make sure that that's something that you're 100% okay with and can come to terms with. I know a lot of my viewers are in the younger age range, and that's probably because of my maturity. But if you guys take anything away from this video, even if you're just in like the deciding phase and the parents are okay with it, please, dear God, don't get on it and think that you're the next freaking Rossi right off the get-go. Don't get on it and try to do wheelies your first day. It's just not worth it. Please always wear a helmet. I don't care if your state requires a helmet or doesn't require a helmet. Please, dear God, wear a helmet, because I mean, you crash this bike going, you could tip over and knock your head just walking and die. So I mean, imagine going 50, 70 miles an hour, you know? Try to wear appropriate riding gear. I never go out without gloves. I feel like that's just a horrible idea. Yes, I could have better gloves, but this is all I could get right now. Just if you get a bike, please, dear God, be careful, because I don't want to see any of you guys get hurt. And guys, one more pro tip for you. If they're kind of on the gate, on the fence of possibly letting you get a bike, have them take you to a bike shop. Have them talk to those professionals. Have them look at the machines. Have the professionals tell them, hey, like the top speed of this bike, it's only going to go this high. The handling on this bike is really great. The brakes, the whatever. Have them talk to those professionals. Have them talk to them about gear, percentage of wrecks that are just injuries. I think that could really help, letting them see what you're wanting to get, whether it be a dirt bike, a street glider, a sport bike, whatever you're trying to get. Take them there and let them see it, let them experience, let them go hands-on into it, let them go hands-on with it, so that they can see that, like, hey, this bike isn't the devil. It's not the devil, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's just some tips that I was thinking of that could possibly help you kind of sway your parents into being more comfortable with letting you get a motorcycle, and just being more comfortable with letting you ride in general. Guys, I appreciate you all watching the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you subscribe to see more content from me. And if this video helps you out in any way, make sure you like the video. Let me know what your parents say. Maybe try to use some of these tips and see if it works or not. Leave that down in the comment section below. Guys, I love you all. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you.